All right, so here you go. I'm asking, how many fouls do you see? How many fouls do you see? I don't care. You'll see a couple flags on the field. It doesn't really matter what the officials are calling. Here we go again. Real time, no slow motion. We're going through our pre-snap checklist. How many fouls do we have here? Okay, we got this scramble. We got a pass. We got where are our linemen? Bill, how many fouls did you see?
Keepers, I don't know. I'm still trying to open my eyes. The first thing I got hung up on was the defense with that guy running on. Was that a 12th guy? Was that the 11th guy? So that kind of distracted me from some of the other issues there. Obviously, the pass situation is one to look at. Did the pass cross the line of scrimmage? If it did, you got ineligibles downfield. But at the same time, if that ball was tipped by that receiver out there, then the ineligibles downfield mean nothing.
True. These are all things to consider. So we're going to walk through the play a little bit slower this time. But before I do that, I'm going to bring Mike in just to see. Mike, how many did you count, if any?
Yeah, I mean, I have the advantage of watching the website and the Zoom feed. So I'm watching. I must have seen that play 6 times, and I could not find anything that jumped out at me as a foul. But
okay,
I must have missed something. I'm sure you got something to show us.
Well, okay, no, that's fair. There's a lot going on in this play. Okay, this is why
11, I counted 11 like 5 times on the defense. So
okay, thank you.
All right, well, there you go. There's a lot going on this play. That's for sure. All right, let's start it out and walk through it. So there is 11. So here, actually, right now you've got 11, and you got 10, and this is the 11th player who comes out. So yes. 1, 2, 4, 11. All right. Unless there's somebody beyond the video, but I don't think so. I think we're good. So we've got 11. This is the 11th player. Now, sometimes people will say that's an illegal substitute. He is not an illegal substitute. He's entering the game legally. As long as he's the 11th player, he's entering the game legally. I don't care if they're moving. There's no restriction on the defense for moving. And he's in the game legally. All right, so that's the first potential foul, but that's not a foul. All right, here's the second one. All right, potential. Now you're looking for holding. I don't really see anything. We've got this quarterback who's scrambling. You don't see any holds or anything downfield. You do have linemen downfield, which we'll get to in a second. But watch this one right there. Watch this one. Well, bam. I think that's a foul, okay? I think that one, if I was voting on this one, I think that's a foul for an illegal blindside block. It looks forcible. It looks like he doesn't have a chance to defend the contact. I would want a foul on that one. Now, we do have, not that we're trying to do anything with these officials, we actually did have an ineligible flag for downfield call by the umpire. Now, you've heard us talk about this over and over and over again. This is the worst call for an umpire these days. It's so bad because we're going to get it wrong more than we're going to get it right. Because going back to what Bill's point is that if we're looking, this is a pass that's forward, but it's caught behind the line of scrimmage. You can see the line of scrimmage is a 40. It's a big line. Clear that it's not caught, but it's touched behind the line of scrimmage. So we don't have ineligibles downfield on this. And this is where I think sometimes on plays like this, there is a reason I showed this play. There is so much going on. We can lose focus and then lose that blindside block. And out of anything on this play, that's the one that you want to get. That's the safety one. Who cares about the 11th man on the field defense? Let's make sure. Even if he was the 12th, all right? You don't want to miss it, but you definitely don't want to miss this. This is safety foul, all right? This is one that could hurt. So this is one of those where we have to keep our level of concentration when we have these wild, goofy, plays going on with these people running all over the place. So Bill, going back to, we'll bring Bill back in here. So Bill, now that you had a chance to see it, probably would good with that one foul, but talk about how when you see all this movement, We've got, because if I'm even a referee and I see that guy, I'm wondering, because I'm not counting the defense. I'm going to be wondering, is that 12? Is that 11? Might distract me. Then the quarterback runs to his right. I mean, how do you keep focus on a play like this?
Yeah, I mean, the key thing is that, the quarterback movement can be distracting, but what you have to remember, if nobody's really on him, threatening him, you still have to have broader vision to see where potential blocks could be that could open him up.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to, because in one of these, this is where coming back, this is probably the referee. Now, should the umpire catch this probably too? It looks like he has some traffic right now, but that's the point of attack. That's really the main area. Nobody else is blocking. So that's one of those where definitely the referee, maybe the umpire could have helped out with that. That's what we'd be looking for. Mike, obviously walking through it now, we see that that's probably the one foul we want to get. But tell me what you're seeing out there and tell me your thoughts.
Well, the chat has been amazing on this play. The umpire looking at the pass as it falls incomplete. The fact that we have a tackle flinch could have been a false start that might have shut the whole thing down in the first place. And just ball watching, just generally being an overall theme of why we get confused on plays like this.
All right, I'm looking for the tackle flinch. All right, so there's my defender coming in. Oh yeah, there is a little bit of a tackle flinch. And that was pointed by the defense. So there could have two. You could have two on that. I am one of those, and I'm going to bring Bill back in to talk about this. Bill, do we want to call that? I mean, that little bit of a flinch, is that something that nowadays we're kind of letting that little flinch go, but if the defense points, sometimes we kind of puts us in a situation where we have to call it. What's your thought on that?
I think that flinch is enough for false start, period.
Okay, so you'd be okay. You'd be all right with that shutting down. So yeah. So that's a good pickup for sure. If you saw that out there. Now, Mike, anything else on this that anybody else pick up?
Well, just the key that, we're 5 officials, working a play, and we can't work somebody else's position while we're trying to cover our own. So just, on plays like this where there's lots of moving parts, you have to really move matchup to matchup. If you're inside out, you're inside out. If you're outside in, you're outside in. I think we get caught on plays like this too much when it's a fire drill play like this, and we just forget what our mechanics are telling us to do.
Yeah, back to the basics on a play like this. It's really, keep your focus, and then don't find yourself wandering or ball watching, and then you're not going to miss what you definitely need to get. All right, so our final results.
Let me throw one other thing in, Tim.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Okay, the flag went down for the ineligibles downfield. So did our wing official, who's right there on the line of scrimmage, did he step up and say, hey, we need to talk? Passing her across the line, it was tipped here at or behind. So there won't be it's a flag pickup time.
Yeah, I forget on this play specifically what the next play was because it got cut off. But hopefully to that point, if you're that official out there, you're able to go in and say, no, pass was behind the line of scrimmage, and we move on.